Nation built by the Berlin Bridge Company out of Berlin, Connecticut. Now I know when we get to the other side of this bridge, what I want to do is show you a very cool optical illusion. Now if you care to check it out, what you're going to do is as soon as we get out to the other side of this bridge, immediately take a look way up in the sky, but directly to the left of the boat. You're going to see what appears to be a freestanding wall. Now you got to do it right away or you're going to miss it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Way up in the sky, directly to the left of the boat. Check it out. Way up in the sky, directly to the left of the boat.
Wow, so beautiful.
That is the Nick Hospital building built in 1930. One of the first hospitals in the nation to have air conditioning. It is birthplace to Oliver North, Carol Burnett, our former mayor Henry Cisneros, and my dad. Now in 2020 they shut down the hospital. Bubba Gump's the only thing in there right now. They're going to rebuild the rest into either apartments or more than likely it's going to be a new hotel. The way things go around here, and we'll see what happens. Now straight ahead, that big white building in front of us is the Hyatt Regency Hotel, built in 1981. Now the Hyatt only has 16 floors on it because they calculated if it was any taller it would cast a shadow on the Alamo. They didn't want to do that, so they stopped at 16 floors. The Alamo is directly in front of us on the other side of that big building right there, up on street level. They call that area Alamo Plaza.
Right here.
Where do we live? Is that where we live?
That's where we live.
All right, now straight ahead of us, coming up to the left in a moment, is the only bar on the river that plays jazz every evening. They must be on a little break right now, but they're going to come back. They're going to play till midnight tonight. Every night a jazz band plays till midnight right there at that little bar. It's also an oyster bar. They have frozen drinks and stuff too. Here's another bridge built by the Berlin Bridge Company, Berlin, Connecticut. Now to the right, this red building is the Casino Club building. It was built in 1927. It was originally the San Antonio Casino Association, but today it's a restaurant on the bottom two floors and expensive apartments up top. Alex Haley, the author of Ritz, and also Tommy Lee Jones, both lived up in those apartments at one point. Now this area is known as Restaurant Row for obvious reasons. Coming up to the left, there's a new steakhouse. Been there about 5 months or so. So that used to be a restaurant called Karma. They didn't have any menus, you just got what you deserved. Hello. Alright, but seriously, if you're looking for some authentic Tex-Mex, you don't have to look far. Most of these restaurants will hook you up. And before you leave San Antonio, you got to get into some authentic Texas barbecue. I'm talking about brisket, everybody. And in Texas, sauce is optional. Now, if you look up on street level to the left a little, you got to look through the trees on this one. Up on street level is a big red statue. See that statue in front of us up there? That big red statue is the Torch of Friendship, built in 2002 by Sebastian, a Mexican artist. And it was a gift from Mexico to San Antonio as a gesture of friendship. The Torch of Friendship. And then coming up to the right, there's a bus beyond the sidewalk there. That bust is Robert Hugman. He designed most of this stuff when he was about 27, graduated from the University of Texas, got the idea from Venice. This was his dream. Robert Hugman, everybody, right there. Now, also to the right, Casa Rio was the very first restaurant to open its doors on the river. They opened back in 1946 and they're still open today. Same family owns them. Must be doing something right. Also, this restaurant to the right was featured in The Getaway, starring Steve McQueen, back in 1972. All right, now this is a natural river, thousands of years old. There is natural ground under us right now. But I'm going to take a left and go under this bridge, and that's going to put us on the man-made extension. Here we go.
rainbow? That's pretty cool.
Alright, we're now on the man-made
Hey!
there is concrete under us, still about 3 feet deep everywhere back here.
Wow, look at this. Well, we can put these in your album and you can show us.
So beautiful.
I've told her once already. Alright.
Yeah, I already got some.
Now this man-made extension that we're on was built back in 1968 to accommodate the World's Fair that we hosted here in that year. That way you could get from the fair down here to the Riverwalk, back and forth to the convention center and so on. But back then they didn't have these kind of boats. You had to rent a little paddle boat.
It's like Christmas every day.
Ano sa gata yung masay sa putos?
All right, again, all this was built in '68 to accommodate the World's Fair that we hosted here in that year. At least the river part and the other couple things I'm going to show you. Now, once we get past this footbridge, I'm going to show you the Lila Cockrell Theater, a very beautiful theater inside and out. It was named after the very first female mayor here in San Antonio, Lila Cockrell. It's going to take a minute before we can see it well. But just past this bridge, here we go. Take a look to your left up in the sky. You'll see that beautiful theater.
Oh my
and there's
God,
a
it's a
beautiful
picture.
mural on top of that building as well. Now that mural is called The Confluence of Civilizations. It was done in '68 for the World's Fair, and the Confluence of Civilizations was also the motto for the World's Fair. Built out of a little over 400,000 pieces of 1 inch by 1 inch tile. Now if you look right in the very center of that mural, you'll see what is supposed to be the family of the future. Apparently in the future, it's clothing optional. Now, if you want to check that out in great detail, I know it's hard from just glancing at it. Just look it up online. There's some really good pictures of it. Confluence of Civilization.
Which one?
Now, straight ahead of us, way in the back there, there's some purple lights. That's called the Grotto. That's where they have very cool private parties. I've been to 3 or 4 of them. Very cool place to have a party. They set up the band, got a bunch of drinks, food and everything. They also have an indoor section where they set up a bar and they set up tables if you want to play poker. Now all around us is the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center, named after the very first Hispanic mayor, the very first Hispanic senator in the United States, Henry B. Gonzalez. Now, when they were built in '68 also, but by a different artist. Now, when I was a kid, I remember that mural being inside the convention center. But when they did that expansion, it ended up outside. Now, I later figured out they didn't move it at all. They just reconfigured the walls and all that, and now it's on the outside. I think it's better that way. More people can enjoy it. Now these are electric boats. They have different designs on them. My favorite is the military motif. It has the eagle, star, stripes, all that on it. We've been a military city for many years here in San Antonio. In fact, at one point we had 5 military bases all operating at the same time here in San Antonio, Texas. There's also one with doves on it, like we're on, commemorates peace. There's one with the sun on it, commemorates the 300 days of sunlight we average each year here in town. There's one with missions on it. We have 5 missions in the